This is Pod Network News, or PNN. What do you think? This is PNN. No, eh? You sure? You know, we're going to go with PNN. I like it. Okay. Roll it. Do the thing. Do the thing.
This is PNN.
In our first story, the Zoom L8 is coming. That's right. The Zoom Live Track L8 is going to be here anytime now. Like soon. It says October. So soon could be sometime, anytime now. It's almost November. Announced earlier this month in what looks like an answer to the Rodecaster Pro, Zoom has taken their very popular L lineup of mixers and directed the latest one to podcasters. Now, with much of the same capabilities as the Rodecaster Pro, this looks like an important development considering it's coming in around $200 less. Now, I'm still trying to get my hands on one of these for unboxing and review, and if you don't want to miss that, it's going to happen as soon as it's in my hands. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay informed. In other news, this one comes from James Cridland in Pod News. Now, apparently there may be some fine print in those sneaky terms and conditions when signing up for a host. Now, Cridland took the time to browse through some of the legalese to make it easier on us. Here are some of those highlights. Anchor is playing games with your username, basically saying that can be reclaimed for any reason, including just handing it to another user, as well as a section that outlines the waiving of your rights to sue them for really any reason at all. But Cridland does point out that despite all this, no, Anchor will not own your podcast. You can read the article if you want to get more on that. Now, that same article does also look at LibSyn under the microscope, which found some interesting news. This time, the host is trying to gain a monopoly on your monetization. Yeah, say that 3 times fast. A monopoly on your monetization, saying that you need to work with them if you are to monetize in any way, and any ads you do get for yourself, you have to give them permission to sell as well. And another clause that will allow them to basically bump you up to their pro lineup. Of course, with the additional fees coming along for the ride, if they deem your podcast to be doing a little too well. It kind of makes you miss SoundCloud, doesn't it? No? Not even a little? Now, if you want to read more on this, you can check out podnews.net. Mac Catalina still causing problems for Audacity users and, well, frankly, anyone across the podcast universe, as drivers are slow to emerge. Now, a lot of this due to Apple's push to make people move over to their own proprietary software. I wonder if that's actually working. Now, workarounds are being found if you are an Audacity user. AudacityCityTeam.org is the place to go for the temporary fix for now. But if you are on another DAW and you want to know if yours will be compatible before upgrading, head on over to ProToolsExpert.com. They have a full list of the programs that are playing nice. There is a link in the video description. Spotify has released their third quarter earnings, and lo and behold, it would seem that podcasting is actually a thing that makes money. I wish I knew that. The article in Forbes says, and I quote, "In a single quarter and after planning to invest nearly $500 million to expand its podcasting business, have grown podcast user engagement by 39%, increasing total podcast hours streamlined by its 248 million monthly active users, up from 232 million users at the end of Q2. Now, apparently, this is the tip of the iceberg for Spotify, as they are driving over 500,000 titles and counting, including 22 of their own in-house. So tell me again, why don't you have a podcast yet? And lastly, for you Canadian podcasters, or really anybody that wants to come up to this barren landscape of snow, well, almost, it's coming though. CBC is returning as the sponsor of the Vancouver Podcast Festival, which is running from November 9th to 11th in, well, Vancouver. I mean, come on, it was in the title of... Now, the aim of this festival is to try and deepen the discussion around audio documentaries and the potential they have in society. Basically, if you want to learn best practices of podcasting and documentaries, which are kind of one and the same, you might want to book your ticket soon. Thanks for watching. This is PNN. I think I'm going to do that every time. You know what? I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm doing that.